Hello again, friends, and welcome to another fine edition of 151. My name is Adam, and I'm joined by a man who thinks Clark Griswold's a pussy when it comes to Christmas lights.
I taught him everything he knew about exterior design, and he did not learn well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Justin.
Hey, welcome back.
Yes, it's been a while since we've done this, man.
It has.
Little update for everybody. If you're waiting for the recap of the ghost adventure we did, where Chief and I went to the Twilight Tea Room along with Eric Klein, who you remember.
Yep.
He's like shooting a movie right now. Like he does, you know, the ghost hunting stuff on the side, and then he likes to do movies and stuff.
Okay.
And he's shooting a movie. It's a paranormal movie.
Wow.
And he's in the process of doing that. So it's been like trying to herd cats, trying to get it together. So it's coming. It's just going to be a little bit.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, I was surprised how much we got at that place.
Yeah. I was watching with bated breath. What was I doing that weekend? I was in a wedding that weekend.
Yeah, you were.
I was happy to be in my friend Kevin's wedding, but I was a little disappointed to miss the big adventure.
I tell you what, man, of all the ghost hunts I've ever gone on, and this is kind of getting off the subject of what we're gonna do in the show today, but
the Christmas episode.
Yeah, exactly. The recap of the Halloween episode 2 months later.
Yeah, right.
No, that place had more activity than I've ever been at it, and I went into it thinking that this lady is just trying to get some publicity and business and kind of, you know, that purple kind of marketing, and it was surprising. So that's all I'll say for right now. So if you're it's coming. Don't worry. We will get to the whole follow-up deal here in sometime. Whenever I can get Eric together, my dad. Well, my dad's retired, so
yeah,
he had fun, man.
Good.
So, but no, tonight
he can be our special paranormal correspondent. Put that on a business card.
He thinks one of the ghosts followed him home.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't want to come home with the Chief?
I know, right?
Right.
Big cuddly teddy bear of a man. Today on the show, we're going to talk about the Christmas season. It is, for us, if you don't celebrate Christmas, I'm, happy whatever you celebrate.
Holiday of your choice.
Yeah. You ever wanted to try a different one out, just see how it fits?
I do like Christmas.
I do too.
Like
if you're going to try out another holiday...
I'd probably look into the whole Hanukkah scene.
Yeah, just test it out.
Yeah,
take it out for a spin.
See what happens. I mean, it's a related. I know most of the people. You know, the big figures.
Yeah.
Give that a shot.
But we thought we'd talk about some of the Christmas movies out there. We like talking about movies. We haven't talked about movies for a while. So we thought we'd go down the road of what Christmas movies, really make the season, plus what actually qualifies as a Christmas movie.
Yes. And before we jump into that, some cleanup work here, what do you call it?
Ketchup. Yeah.
Some ketchup, but also you may have noticed that we look a little different today. I'm behind the desk for a change. Adam's on the other side.
Yes.
We're in Studio West. We've talked about it.
I'm sorry.
I did a live introduction that you can find back on the Facebook page here.
Which, by the way, follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at 151 The Show.
Give you a little tour around all the kind of minutia sitting around, and that'll probably change. It's always kind of evolving. It's probably evolved 4 or 5 times since I've got everything set up, and we've been trying to find a time to do this again, and I've been really excited to come out here and film out here, and I've been saying, man, I'm almost done sending him updates of getting this room ready.
I risked my truck to be able to make you happy today.
I know.
Found out this week that my truck needs like $2,300 worth of repairs from Bill's Whitewall.
They got tires. Yeah, so he trekked out here in the recent snowstorm just to come out so we could record out here. So all my hard work didn't go to waste.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
But so you'll hopefully be seeing this this background every once in a while, and
we'll get some shots of this beforehand. before we leave,
So
so you can kind of see what we're talking about here. I still love in this house that sign.
my friend, we'll cut
You're
in a
seeing it
close
right
up
now.
here.
I'll edit it in.
My friend Mindy made that
Really?
for me. My wife, she does crafts and stuff like that. She's available for hire.
Okay.
But she did that. She's done some other stuff. But yeah, that was. I have seen the sign on the internet several times and pointed out to the wife that I really love that.
Yeah.
And we've got one upstairs that's sort of the, non sci-fi, just loving family version
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but I like that one. I want that one. For
I
the
want that
office,
one
so.
that has wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
no, you got a very nice joint down here, man. I really like it.
I appreciate that. So I'm just happy that we can come out here and not be necessarily a burden on you, me dragging stuff into your house for a change. So
It's always a fight to get, because my living room is right on top of our basement. So it's always a fight of the kid running back
Yep.
and forth or falling and screaming. Because we do not have good soundproofing in my house.
we are under my laundry room. So as long as we don't kick on in a load of laundry here, which would just be a hum in the background, but
Yeah.
we should be pretty good. So
Cool. All right. So now that we got that out of the
now
way.
we got it out of the way. Station keeping. That's what I was thinking. We're up to date on the location. We're up to date on the time of year. We're up to date on why it's been so long since we've done anything. What have we seen? What have we done since the last time we were together?
All right. Actually, last night I watched X-Men Apocalypse.
What'd you think?
Long and boring.
It was not great. There were parts of it that I thought were really good, but overall it was uninspired. It was not one of the best.
It's just kind of like something happened here.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, who's going to switch sides now? Mm-hmm. And then, okay, I guess we're going to scream some more.
Yep.
And then we're going to kill some people, and then we're going to tear the world apart.
Yep.
Just like, okay. I've seen that, and they just kind of force-fed you Wolverine.
I enjoyed it less than I did Suicide Squad.
Oof. Wow.
That it fell flat for me. It was okay. It won't be on my rewatch, but it was okay.
Yeah. We bought it at Black Friday for like
Yeah.
$4.
Nice.
We bought that. We bought Ghostbusters, the new one.
Yeah.
Which I haven't watched yet. And I can't remember some of the other ones, but it was kind of all over the place. The one movie we did finally see is Nice Guys.
Great flick.
That's an awesome movie.
That's a great flick right there. Yeah, Nice Guys was very, very. I mean, it's almost a retread, but it's Shane Black at his finest. I
Yeah.
mean, that dude has one movie in him, and eventually he's going to get it out.
Yeah.
Because think about it: Lethal Weapon, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Nice Guys, Iron Man 3. I mean that. Eventually, he has that perfect movie in him.
Yeah.
It'll come out.
So we saw that. Westworld wrapped up,
It's so good.
which we could do a whole show on Westworld. but
We could and I don't know, because that show's either going to be a yes, we loved it,
Yeah.
or we're going to spend 3 days talking about the philosophical implications of consciousness and the bicameral mind, and
Yeah.
It's going to go one of two ways.
So saw that. When did we do? It was like September, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Trying to remember what else.
Suicide Squad, I did finally see.
Did you?
Yep.
And
I disliked it the least. It honestly, it did have some really good moments. And then it just had some crap where it was underused. Characters were underused. The whole thing about that. After our conversation, Adam and I went to what was the name of
Midwest
that?
Comic-Con.
Midwest Comic-Con, and met the John Ostrander, the guy who created Suicide Squad.
yeah, which was
Amazing.
what I couldn't believe about that. And I just want to throw this in quick.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I can't believe that at a Comic-Con where one of the biggest names there is the guy that created one of the biggest movies of the summer, or the one that got one of the biggest sets of press for it, that nobody was in that room.
Yes.
Nobody was there to see that dude.
We started that panel, and there were a few more that drifted in. We started that panel with 5 people in there, including us.
And I think we asked the most questions.
We probably generated 45 minutes of the discussion, hung around after, tried to buy the guy a cheeseburger, but it was too late.
Yeah, and then he didn't eat his cheeseburger because it was horrible from the place that we had, or that they had that whole thing.
But yeah, and it just goes to show you, I mean, if it had been somebody from Suicide Squad, the movie, that place would have been packed. Which just shows you how much of a disparity there is there between the movies and the comics. But that was a fantastic conversation.
Yeah, it really was, and I liked that he liked the movie, but he didn't like that they were fighting like supernatural things.
Yeah.
So.
Because, I mean, that was, as he said, that wasn't really the intent of the Suicide Squad. That's what you had superheroes for.
Yeah.
They were military targets and stuff like that. But,
sorry,
no, you.
I opened a web page and I saw the camera, my face just light up.
You derailed me. You derailed me off my topic for just a second. But no, that was. I kind of felt like that was kind of misused because after our conversation with him, where that little side note started, I really felt like it was missing some of the fun and unpredictability that he brought into that comic, from the get-go.
Yeah.
So that being said, it wasn't terrible. I would say that when I got done with the movie, I was moderately entertained.
I walked out confused.
I could have honestly probably enjoyed or liked the movie more had they just excised the Joker out of it completely.
Yeah, he had no point in that movie. He took away from it.
Except to shoehorn in, oh, we've got the Joker in here, and we got Jared Leto as the Joker.
Who, the honest trailers, if you haven't watched the honest trailer for Suicide Squad yet, they pin him perfectly.
They do.
Him as an angry cat.
Yes.
So.
It was okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'll give that. I enjoyed it more than Apocalypse. How sad is that?
Okay.
Most of the past couple months has been stuff coming out that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Not really stuff that unfortunately has really taken place.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I got to say in February, the Lego Batman movie.
The trailer for that does look pretty good.
It sounds ridiculous, but I'm walking through the movie theater yesterday with a kid, and she's excited to see it too. So
cool.
I always like that. If I think I can go see something in the theater with her.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we can talk about things that are coming up here.
I'm getting sidetracked again.
Yeah, because we were like, okay, let's do 30-minute shows and we'll hold it there, and we're about 15 minutes into this
halfway
already.
In.
So what you all came to see and hear on this Christmas edition of the 151
is my hat.
Is your hat.
And before we get too far, I'm going to sidetrack the show one more time.
Oh, Jesus, dude, come on.
I know, right? Since it is the Christmas episode, I have a present for you.
Why?
Because I wanted to get you a present.
I didn't get you anything.
I know.
That's not good.
And we're throwing this. I'm completely sidetracking him. He had no idea this, and I was going to run out of the room at this point, and our setup has prevented that. So, but bear with me.
All right. What are you doing? So he's going through a bag. We're seeing your butt. Holy crap. That's a lot of present, man, for a guy that showed up empty-handed.
Oh, it's not that much present.
Well, thank you. That's what old Justin got me.
Now, there were several options on that. They were trying to hawk The Force Awakens, and I think there was even a prequel one, and I said no way, we're going old school.
That's cool, man.
So
well, thank you.
That is the original trilogy mug set. There's a pack of cocoa in there. I think each one, because I know you're
Really?
Cocoa
There's
guy.
back.
There's cocoa in there, yeah. And if you hold up the back of the box, Falcon, X-wing, TIE fighter, speeder, AT-AT, and a Death Star. There's one mug for each one of those. So
Well, thank you. I don't really know what to say.
I'm sorry it's not wrapped, but I suck at wrapping. So
Well, thank you. I
Hey.
appreciate it.
Merry Christmas, man.
Thank you. I wish I would have known you were doing something like this because if I would have actually brought you something.
No, if I'd have told you that, hey, by the way, I'm getting you a present, that kind of ruins the fun. So
Well, now I just feel like an a-hole.
you risked your truck to come out here. And break in Studio West, so that's more than present enough.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Merry
Hey, no
Christmas.
problem. Merry Christmas. So, now since I've completely screwed this show and sidetracked it three
We have
times,
15 minutes to talk about movies.
your favorite Christmas movies?
Favorite Christmas, like what?
Well,
my top three, or
let's just go down the list. What do you watch? I have a list every year that's starting in December that I start down. And some of them may surprise you,
okay?
because they're classics. Holiday Inn, number one.
Holiday Inn.
Bing Crosby.
Oh, okay, yeah.
White Christmas, again, Bing Crosby. Only Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye.
Yeah.
It's
Bing Crosby tap dance
with Danny F and K. Yes, and I literally watch that every holiday season. So,
Really?
So I can make that statement.
All right, so that's 2 or 3.
That was 2. Those
Okay.
are the classics. And then of course National Lampoon's
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation. Is such a staple. I don't even know if you can include it on the list because it just should be. Now, I'd make sure and I watch the original, the unedited, not the watered down version that
The
they give you
ABC
on
Family
ABC
version?
Family, exactly. Because that movie does have a little bit of edge, which is why I like
A
it.
little bit.
Yeah.
You about ready to start kissing? There's so many.
Merry Christmas, kiss his ass, kiss your ass, kiss my ass. Happy Hanukkah.
There's so many little jokes to that movie too.
There
that make
is.
It, like when they're in the store and they're getting food, and Clark puts the light bulbs.
And then the dog food goes on top.
I never noticed that for the longest time.
You serious, Clark?
You serious, Clark? Save the neck for me, Clark.
And of course, there's full. I mean,
Yeah.
that's.
Which, by the way, the people that put out the Christmas decorations where they have the mannequin out there and doing
It's genius.
oh, it's perfect.
And I can go on ahead and spoil this because this episode, we'll get it up right near Christmas, so this will already have happened.
Yeah.
Next week is my company Christmas party.
Okay.
And for this occasion, I got the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation tie and full jacket to wear, the suit jacket.
Wow.
So I'm going full on formal.
Eddie?
I will. Well, no. I mean, it's a bright red garish thing. We'll edit in a picture
Okay.
of this.
All right.
Of
Because
me
that
right now.
when's that party? What's the date on it?
This weekend,
So okay, so
Friday night. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get it to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get this out before Christmas.
So
We have to.
yeah, but it'll be after the party, so I won't ruin it for anybody here because I can't wait to see everybody.
Well, it's not like any one of them watched this show, so
I have people who will be there who
Yeah?
watch
Okay.
us. Yeah,
thanks, Mom.
right.
If you're going down the Christmas, National Lampoon's has to be on there.
Yes.
I almost feel bad putting that in a list because you
I know.
know you're going to watch it.
Yeah,
I mean, and like we could sit here and do a whole show on just the favorite parts, and
we could.
so
We could do a 2-hour watch through where it's just us pointing out our favorite,
Yeah.
like literally watching it.
yeah. One of the ones that's kind of underrated to me. You remember Santa Claus, the movie?
Yes, that was actually number 4 on my list.
No way.
Yes,
Nice. High five.
and here is the best part: watching that as a child, that movie, and getting used to that character, and then rediscovering afterwards that he had been in Blazing Saddles, playing one of the Johnsons in town. Amazing.
Let's see, Dudley Moore as Patch, John Lithgow as BZ,
Yep, the villain.
David Huddleston. Is that
Yeah.
his?
Yep. And then later him being in The Big Lebowski, another one of my favorite movies. That dude has really had an impact at different stages in my life. But yeah, the Santa Claus the movie was just amazing and very ambitious for the time.
Yeah, that guy Huddleston actually just died.
He did not too long ago.
August 2nd. He was 85.
Yep.
He's like that movie. I liked it so much because that's always what I picture Santa Claus as actually being.
Right.
In that place. Although the Tim Allen ones,
Good.
yeah, those are pretty good.
They jumped,
well, 1 and 2 are.
Jumped the shark a little bit by the time they got to 3, but
Yeah.
by the same token, they've got Alan Arkin in that, and anytime you got Alan Arkin in a movie, I'm willing to take a watch.
Like, if you take the special effects from the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie and put them in Santa Claus the movie, that would have been, you would have been like,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people
phenomenal.
that have never seen Santa Claus the movie,
Right?
and I can't believe that. Like,
It
that
shocks
boggles
me.
my mind.
Yeah, that was a go-to in my house in the 80s.
Yeah. Okay. Another one, and the meme on Facebook is completely right. It's not the holiday season until I see Hans Gruber get thrown off in Nakatomi Plaza.
Exactly.
And there are people that will argue that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
It's sort of the poster child for the movies
Non-traditional
that
Christmas?
take place at Christmas, but Christmas isn't the focus. And I say that the best stories at Christmas are not the ones focused on Christmas. I mean, think about, your family get-togethers and dramas and fights. It's always with Christmas as a backdrop, not necessarily about Christmas.
I love that they're now making the sweaters. Have you seen the ho ho ho, now I have a machine gun?
Yes. There was one I saw that was a never forget, John McClane, Nakatomi Plaza, 88th anniversary that was great too.
No, that's one you always got to watch. What else?
Well, I've actually prepared a list.
Let me ask you this first.
Yeah.
Where does Christmas Story rank for you? Like, is it worth 20?
I hated it as a child.
Really?
I really did. I could not stand that movie as a child. As an adult, I have started to enjoy it more, and mostly I think because as a child I couldn't identify with a kid growing up in the 50s. Mm-hmm. But as I've gotten older, I can now identify with the old man.
Okay.
I think that's and I love that movie now for the reason that Ralphie tells everybody in that movie that he wants that BB gun.
Yeah, Red Ryder.
The Red Ryder BB gun with the compass and the stock and the things it tells. Double action. I'm missing some adjectives, but he tells everybody in that movie that he wants that except his old man. He never ever tells his old man that he wants that gun. There's no interaction about what he wants for Christmas with his old man.
But the old man
Zero.
knows.
The old man is the one that saves the day and gets it for him. And that, to me, is as much a story about being a good father as it is about that kid.
I never thought of it like that.
That's the way that I've come to like that movie so much because, here he is. He's dealing with...
What's that? What's that over there?
Exactly. He's dealing with, the job and the busted furnace and the tire, on the side of the road. And
what did you say?
and all that and everything that's going on. And you get the feeling that, man, this guy is just trying to make it and keep his family going. And there's a few things that he loves. Turkey and Christmas. And as it turns out, he loves his kid.
Yeah.
Even though he's not, making a huge deal out of it or a lot of interaction.
A Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot Ranger model air rifle.
Yep.
That has with the compass in the stock and this thing which tells me time. Tells the time.
Yep.
So the sundial.
Yep.
So, do you think it's worth 24 hours of that movie?
I think it dilutes it.
Yeah.
I think too much of a good thing is too much. But I mean, it's also what kind of popularized that movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't.
At what
think
point
it's,
did they start playing it 24 hours a day?
when TNT got the rights really, really cheap through an acquisition of another media company.
Since the mid 90s.
Yeah, I read an article about this the other day because the guy who wrote that, and who is the narrator in the movie, and wrote the original story, he actually later in life wanted to disassociate himself from that movie, and didn't feel that it was a service to his stories at all.
Huh.
So it's an interesting read on Google if you want to look that article up.
I will leave it on this. If you go to our Facebook page and you scroll back a few days, few weeks, I've shared did you see the Ralphie zombie cut?
I did.
Where they took The Walking Dead and the part where he's imagining shooting all the bandits. He's blowing the head off zombies.
I enjoyed that very much.
How about Bill Murray Scrooged?
It's another one. It's probably 5 on my list.
Really?
Yeah. Scrooge is a fantastic movie. Obviously, I am going to call out the guy who made the statue of Hayden Fry earlier this year. Obviously, that guy saw it too, because that's a dead ringer. And I posted something about that earlier in the year on the Facebook page as well. But Scrooge is an absolutely marvelous retelling of Dickens for a modern time, and just. I'm a big Murray fan, and it's just kind of him at his heyday almost.
What that movie does is it makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Like, you watch it, and, when he goes back in time and he's watching, you talk about the dad from Christmas Story, and then you see how Bill Murray's dad in the movie treats him.
Here's some meat.
Yeah, he got 5 pounds or 10 pounds of veal or something, I think it was.
Yeah.
Frank Cross, what was his dad's name?
I don't know. He was played by Brian Doyle Murray, his brother, in the movie.
Earl Cross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what that movie does, I think, is so we've seen A Christmas Story so many times. I mean, or not A Christmas Story, but A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
We've seen it done in movie. We've seen the Muppets do it. We've seen Mickey Mouse do it. We have watered that thing down so far that the original Dickens, I mean, that was kind of the thing. You were scaring a guy straight.
Yeah.
You had that uncomfortable edge, and I think that's kind of what Scrooge does, is just twist that back just a little bit. Now, that being said, I really kind of want to see The Night the Reindeer Died. I want to see Lee Majors go defend the North Pole.
I forgot about
that. If that would have ever gotten made, that would have been my #1 Christmas movie.
You know what? In this day and age, I'm surprised that hasn't got made.
Right.
Because you know how they...
Except that was 30 years ago, and Lee Majors probably... Lee Majors still alive.
I don't know, but you think about the... what was it? Tarantino's movies where it started out as trailers, and then they actually became...
Machete and Grindhouse.
Grindhouse movies. The Hobo with the Shotgun.
Yeah.
It's like, how did Lee Majors not get turned in, defending the North Pole?
Right. How did somebody not see that and go, that's a genius move, we've got to make that movie?
Yeah, even as just a really crappy TV or internet movie.
Exactly.
So.
Netflix original coming soon.
Did you hear about Netflix?
No.
They just put out an article that they're going to do 70-some new shows.
Wow.
Over the next year or so.
They're
turning into their own original content.
They're really going to, Adam Sandler's going to be busy, man.
Which I guess that Western, sorry, off the topic, but I guess that Western was really good.
The one that he did?
People were talking that it was actually pretty funny.
Wow.
I haven't seen it yet.
The last I knew about it, they were getting sued over saying it was racist and unfunny and all that. So,
yeah. No, I heard people really enjoyed it. So
I'll have to check that out.
So, yeah, I don't know if it's going to make the list, but
yeah, I don't think, it won't make the list, but
all right. So real quick, we're kind of running long in the tooth here. What else you got here?
Okay, so I did a little research.
Okay,
I'll give everybody a moment to digest that. So movies that are set around Christmas time that are not necessarily Christmas movies, but Christmas is a theme.
Okay.
And I've got a couple different ways to parse this information. So Die Hard we've already talked about.
Yes.
Rocky IV was set at Christmas time.
It was, wasn't it?
It was. So
And then all of a sudden the kid grew up 5 years.
so guys, if they want to watch a Christmas movie, here's some that you can legitimately say and
because
put
Paulie
on.
got the robot.
Yep. Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Was set at Christmas time. Lethal Weapon, set at Christmas time. Mm-hmm. Eyes Wide Shut, believe it or not.
I do not like that movie.
I've never actually sat down and watched that
Really?
entire movie, but it was one of them that came up in my research. And if you look, apparently Christmas is never directly mentioned, but there's a lot of decorations all the way through.
Yeah, no, now that you say, I'm starting to remember. But I didn't. I came out of that movie and I'm like, even the boobs and all that didn't make that movie good to me.
Well, nudity's only nudity. I mean, nudity is only good, when it's for a reason, not for just its own sake. But,
Yeah,
Gremlins,
that's a great Christmas movie.
right?
That's just awesome. And why that the dad's inventions don't work is beyond me, because he had some brilliant
Ideas.
Like that one thing, like the Swiss Army travel thing.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine taking that on a flight nowadays?
Oh, that'd be a nightmare.
Like it shoots out liquid. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, you definitely have to check that. The Godfather is set all around Christmas, something that had escaped me for God knows how many years now.
Wow. I think
In Bruges, which is, I don't know if you've ever seen that or not.
In Bruges?
In Bruges.
Who's in it?
Colin Farrell.
Okay.
Him and another guy are hitmen, and a job goes south, and they send him off to Brussels, into Bruges to kind of hide out.
I've
and
never
lay
seen
low.
it, so.
Yeah, I know. I only know like two other people who have ever seen that movie. It's a very, very dark comedy.
Okay.
It's worth watching just to have said I've seen In Bruges.
Okay.
Trading Places.
That should be on everybody's list.
That should, and that's another one, gentlemen. Don't watch the watered down version. Get that thing, the original. Send the kids to bed. About the time Jamie Lee Curtis comes into the movie, well worth it.
That's also one that you have to watch unedited.
You do,
And that could be one of Eddie Murphy's best movies.
Yeah, it is. Because it's Eddie Murphy being just the right amount of Eddie Murphy. It's not completely like over the top.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I like Coming to America. I think he was completely over the top, but it's so good. And here's an unrelated or a little side note. Watch Trading Places, then watch Coming to America. The old men that he gives the money to, those are the guys from Trading Places. He
Randolph.
goes, "We're back." It's amazing, but I had forgotten. I watched that movie for the first time in a long time the other day. I had forgotten. There's just that movie could never get made today. No. Don Amici, classic actor Don Amici, drops an N-bomb at the end of it.
Yeah.
There's no way you could get away with some of the stuff that they got away with in that movie. And I think we're all worse off for it, but that's another show. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, basically any Shane Black movie, I think.
Oh yeah, there's an article about that.
We're gonna have a recurring theme here. Lethal Weapon, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3. I'm surprised Nice Guys wasn't taking place at Christmas.
It did. It did have. Well, it had Christmas at the end.
Did it?
When they go into the Mexican restaurant at the very end, it's like Feliz Navidad's playing or something. They got Christmas decorations.
They worked it in. So
that's a pretty good list.
That's a pretty decent list. There was a couple ones that they got rated, for quality, like The Godfather. Obviously, based on that, then you use that rating.
I did not think of that movie as a Christmas movie at all.
I don't think of Toy Story as a Christmas movie, but the whole thing revolves around Christmas because that's when he gets Buzz.
And then the end when they get the dog.
Yeah, exactly. There are so many of them that work in. I mean, even The Princess Bride is set right around at Christmas time when the kid's sick. If you want to take it that far, it's all on how you want to take it.
That's what she said.
Right. Right.
I know, I'm a little kid.
But I mean, reindeer games. Friday After Next. Star Trek Generations has a Christmas scene in it when he goes into the Nexus.
Is that the only time they ever reference Christmas in that?
Only time they ever reference Christmas in all of Star Trek, as far as I know.
No, it's not, because you remember the Star Trek Voyager when there's a Q that wants to die. He's hiding the ship in different places. He hides them at like the beginning of time.
Okay.
And Q keeps finding them, and then he hides them as an ornament. The ship as an ornament.
Nice. Do I have that ornament over there anywhere?
I don't know, but you see Q like grab it off the tree, and like he holds it up, and he's looking at it.
Nice.
So I guess that would be 2, but I can't think of any other times they reference Christmas.
I can't.
I know they do some other holidays on there and whatnot.
Well, I think we can agree that at least those references were more successful than any of the Star Wars Christmas references.
Where they ran out of money.
Well, I'm referring to the holiday special.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That all of a sudden in the middle of that they just ran out of money.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you've never seen the Star Wars holiday special, if you look hard enough, you can find it online. It is
Garbage.
But it has to be seen. I mean, you gotta see B. Arthur singing in a Christmas special. I mean, just to say you've done it.
Anytime anybody says the prequels are the worst thing on the planet, I'm always like, really?
Yeah, I tend to disagree.
So does that wrap it up for the Christmas?
I think so.
Okay.
There's some recommendations, and hopefully we've made your season a little brighter.
Yeah. And hopefully you have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you would happen to celebrate around the world. We hope that you have a very good one. Thank you again for my gift.
Absolutely.
I got Star Wars stuff.
Absolutely. Have some cocoa and think of me.
We could share cocoa.
Fa la 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 la.
Sit on a couch real close,
right?
And watch.
Maybe share a blanket and watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Ooh, that or Scrooged.
Ooh, that's a hard choice.
Yeah. So.
All right, bye everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Do you have a shameless plug?
No, I did. Well, Star Wars cocoa mugs.
Okay. No shameless plug this week.
We'll get better, we promise. We're getting back in season 2.